A very good morning, students. Today I am going to explain problem number 8 in joint venture account. So this is the last problem, last 14 marks problem in joint venture account. So let's get into the problem. So the problem is Rajiv and Ashok entered into joint venture as a dealers in land. So here Rajiv and Ashok both are land dealers and they opened joint bank account with rupees 6 lakh. So Rajiv and Ashok both they opened joint bank account with an amount of rupees 6 lakh, towards which Rajiv contributed 4 lakh. So total money deposited into bank is 6 lakh. In 6 lakh rupees, Rajiv contributed 4 lakh and the balance contributed by Ashok. So what's the balance money? So rupees 2 lakh, because total money deposited into bank is 6 lakh, out of which 4 lakh rupees were contributed by Rajiv and the remaining balance money of rupees 2 lakh were contributed by Ashok. So this is the transaction number 1. So first enter into this transaction in the account. So first transaction is what? Money deposited into joint bank. So come to joint bank account. So for joint bank, this transaction will become receipt. So to Rajiv and to Ashok. So Rajiv is how much? Rajiv 4 lakh and Ashok 2 lakh. Rajiv 4 lakh and Ashok 2 lakh. Now cross posting. So Rajiv and Ashok is debited. So here Rajiv and Ashok should be credited. So by joint bank account. So Rajiv 4 lakh and Ashok 2 lakh. Now first transaction is over. Now come to the second transaction. So the sharing profit and losses according to the cash contribution. So here the ratio of profit and loss is not given, but they said that the profit and losses should be distributed between Rajiv and Ashok according to the cash contribution. The cash contribution for Rajiv is 4 lakh and for Ashok is 2 lakh. So it is 4:2 will be the profit and loss sharing ratio. And the next one, they purchased a plot measuring 50,000 square yards for rupees 5 lakh. So here they purchased a land for rupees 5 lakh. And who made this payment? So this 5 lakh rupees payment was made through joint bank account, because here there is no information was given whether this 5 lakh rupees was paid by Rajiv or Ashok. So in such circumstances, this 5 lakh rupees payment was made through joint bank. So they purchased land, and that land cost is so much? 5 lakh. So this 5 lakh rupees expenditure payment made through joint bank account. Joint bank account. So to joint bank account. How much? 5 lakh rupees. Now joint bank is debited. Now make joint bank account is credited by joint venture account. How much? 5 lakh. So the second transaction is also over. Now come to the next transaction. It was decided to sell the land in smaller plots. 1/5 of the total area of the land was left over for public road, and the remaining land was divided into 8 plots of equal size. Out of 8 plots, 3 plots are sold at rupees 15 per square yard, and the remaining 5 plots were sold at rupees 14 per square yard. So this information is relating to sales. So in this problem, the amount of sales is not given directly. So we need to calculate the amount of sales by using this information. So now make one working note, that is working note number 1, calculation of sales. Calculation of sales. So the total area of land purchased, how much? 50,000 square yards, because here they only mentioned that the measurement of the land is how much? 50,000 square yards. So in that 50,000 square yards, 1/5 of the total area of the land was left over for public road. So 1/5 means how much? 50,000 multiplied by 1 by 5 means 10,000 square yards. So 10,000 square yards left over for public road. So what's the remaining land? Remaining land is 40,000 square yards. Total area is 50,000 square yards. In 50,000, 10,000 area was left over for public road. The remaining land is 40,000 square yards. And here the remaining land was divided into 8 plots of equal size. So remaining land is 40,000 square yards. This 40,000 square yards divided into 8 plots. Now each plot will be 5,000. Each plot will be 5,000 square yards. Each plot will be 5,000 square yards. Now the next one. Further, they said that out of 8 plots, 3 plots have sold at rupees 15 per square yards. Total 8 plots alli 3 plots na sale ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ 15 per square yards. 15 per square yards. So 3 plots multiplied by rupees 15 per square yards, and 1 plot measurement is so much 5,000 square yards, because each plot will be 5,000. Each plot will be 5,000 square yards. So 3 plots multiplied by rupees 15 per square yards, and each plot measurement is 5,000 square feet. Total will be 2,25,000. And further, the remaining 5 plots were sold at rupees 14 per square yard. So remaining plots is so much 5 plots. So 5 plots multiplied by rupees 14 per square yards multiplied by each plot measurement is 5,000 square yards. So amount will be 3,50,000. So the total sales will be 5,75,000. So once again I repeat, they divided into 8 equal plots. So each plot will be 5,000 square yards. So in that, out of 8 plots, 3 plots sold at rupees 15. So 3 plots sold at rupees 15, and remaining 5 plots sold at rupees 14. So remaining 5 plots sold at rupees 14, and each plot size is 5,000 square yard. So multiplied with 5,000 square yard, you will get sales money. So total sales will be 5,75,000. Now record this transaction. So sales is a income. So in joint venture account, record income side by joint bank account. In bracket you can write sales if required. So 5,75,000. Now cross posting in joint bank account, debit side 5,75,000. So to joint venture account. Now this transaction is also over. Now come to next transaction. Expenses incurred in connection with plots were plan expenses 12,000, registration expenses 40,000. So 40 plus 12, 52,000, and stamp duty 4,000, 52 plus 4, 56,000. So and other expenses 10,000, 56 plus 10, 66,000. And the payment for these expenses made through joint bank only, because there is no clear information regarding who paid these expenses. So in such circumstances, the expenses payment made through joint bank. So total expenses 66,000, and this 66,000 expenses payment made by joint bank 66,000. So to joint bank. Now cross posting. So in joint bank account, so credit side by joint venture 66,000. Now the last transaction was the last transaction. Allow 2% on the sale proceeds as a commission to Rajiv. Here Rajiv is getting 2% commission on sales. So for Rajiv it is a income, but for joint venture it is a expenses. So recorded on expenditure side. So in expenditure side, to Rajiv, in bracket you can write remuneration. So how much? 2%, that is on sales amount. 5,75,000 is the sales money multiplied by 2%. So you will get 5,75,000 multiplied by 2%, 11,500. 11,500. Now cross posting, Rajiv is debited, so here Rajiv account should be credited by joint venture account. Rajiv 11,500. Now all the transactions were over. Now make balance of ledger account one by one. First make balance of joint venture account. Now joint venture account is balanced for 5,77,500, but in credit side there is a balancing figure of 2,500. This will be the balancing figure. So this is considered as loss on joint venture. Loss on joint venture by loss on joint venture. Loss distributed to Rajiv and Ashok in the ratio of their cash contribution. Their cash contribution ratio is 4 lakh and 2 lakh, that is 4:2. So 2,500 multiplied by 4 divided by 6, that is 1,666. So 2,500 minus 1,666, that is 834 rupees for Ashok. 834 rupees for Ashok. So here joint venture account is over. Now make cross posting. Here Rajiv and Ashok is credited. Make debit entry. 1,666. Then 834. So to joint venture account. Now make balance of co-venture account. So credit side is more than debit side. So make total. So co-venture account is balanced for 4,11,500 for Rajiv and 2 lakh for Ashok. A balancing figure in debit side for Rajiv 4,09,834 and for Ashok 2 lakh minus 834, 1,99,166. So this is the balancing figure for Rajiv and Ashok. Nothing but this is the final settlement made to Rajiv and Ashok. For Rajiv 4,09,834 and for Ashok 1,99,166. So who will make final settlement? Again joint bank. So to joint bank in bracket balancing figure. Now make cross posting. Cross posting, joint bank is debited, so here it should be credited. So by Rajiv and then by Ashok. So Rajiv is how much? 4,09,834 and then Ashok 1,99,166. Now make balance of joint bank account. Joint bank account get balanced for 11,75,000 in both the side. 11,75,000 in both the side. If joint bank account get balanced, your solution is right. So this is the solution for this problem. Joint venture account, co-venture account and joint bank account. Here only the missing information is the amount of sales. So this is the working note for calculating the amount of sales. Okay, thank you students. Here the 14 marks joint venture problems were over. From next class onwards I will start 6 marks problems. Thank you students.